Thanks for joining us this morning on Be My Guest Plus with Two Rivers City Manager Greg Buckley. And Greg, this morning we talked about Two Rivers' use of TIF districts. So can you maybe explain a little bit how you and the council use these districts or are going to be using some of the TIF districts?
Sure. It's timely that you mentioned that, Lee, because City Council within the past month has approved an amendment to one of our existing TIFs, and Monday approved TID number 13, our newest tax incremental district. Both were approved yesterday by the Joint Review Board made up of the different taxing entities. This is another opportunity to direct tax revenues realized from new development, that net incremental revenue from new development that would not otherwise happen, to help aid and abet that development, help enhance property values and redevelop the community. Notably, current projects we have are a proposed $400,000 grant to help Riverside Foods with a $7 million expansion of its Two Rivers facility. We're seeing a new hotel going up downtown on the lakefront where $750,000 in TIF assistance, money borrowed by the city, provided as a grant to the developer for about 12 to 13% of their total project, because it's a $6.3 million project, will be repaid with the tax revenues created from that new development. And another current project, we're talking with a developer for a new culvers at the corner of 22nd and Washington that is contingent on TIF assistance. Often TIF is important for redevelopment for older communities like ours, because redevelopment's expensive. To get the site just shy of an acre for a culvers required 6 properties to be acquired. Land assembly is expensive. Often there are demolition, remediation expenses, deal with the asbestos, deal with lead-based paints that might be in older buildings. Redevelopment is inherently expensive. So we've made good strategic, I would say conservative use of TIF. Only 5.8% of our city's equalized value is tied up in TIF districts. The state has a statutory cap at 12%. We're at about half of that at 5.8. And our TIFs are all performing well.
And our YMCA question of the day is, how are you preparing for the porta potty races that you have to referee at? In Osmond, I think at the end of the month.
Yes, I keep Googling porta potty races, and I just get a lot of weird stuff when I Google it. So I'm just going to go in being as judicious as possible. I'm going to rely on Mayor Nichols' deeper expertise in officiating sporting events. I have had occasion to use porta potties, so I sort of have an inside-out, perhaps, view of the sport. I understand Judge Dietz is also presiding over it. So for a great cause, and I'll be as prepared as possible, just like when I come on your show every month.
You got it.
Maybe better. Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
And if you'd like to hear the whole podcast, go to WOMTradio.com, the podcast section.
It's wicked good. You'll enjoy it. Thank you.
You're welcome.